After having success with Tiny Toon Adventures, the studio that gave us Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and all the other Looney Tunes gang would reteam with the legendary Steven Spielberg to bring us another series with really fun-filled characters. But only this time, you got it, they're zany to the max. Prepare yourselves as I talk about in this TV log, Animaniacs. This is a Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews TV log. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome again to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and I'm here with another TV log. Today, I'm going to be tackling a zany, fun-filled series from, well, my youth. It's from my teens, as a matter of fact. Anyway, in the 1930s, two two characters known as the Warner Brothers, Yakko and Wacko, along with their sister Dot, the Warner sister, had been supposedly created in the 1930s, but their cartoons were too screwy for the general public to handle, and thus they were locked up in the studio water tower until they escaped in the 1990s. There they run wild, causing chaos everywhere. But I gotta tell you, this was a show I did grow up with, but I didn't get to see all of them until just more recently. But with lots of other zany characters, you got yourself one fun-filled show and one of my favorites. So here it is. I bring to you Animaniacs. Animaniacs, or as it's credited on screen, Steven Spielberg presents Animaniacs, was a fun-filled animated series produced by Warner Brothers Animation along with Amblin Entertainment. The series originally premiered on the Fox network as part of the Fox Kids network in September of 1993. Now, of course, for this video, I'm going to be talking about only the original series, which I've just seen completely for the first time ever. If you would like for me to do one on the recent 2020 version that was showing on Hulu, I'll look into it one day and maybe do a video on it later on. But for now, I'm going to talk about the original series. Now then, usually I would show the actual logo as it's shown on at the end of the opening, but I've decided to just do that. But anyway, this is styled as a variety show with short skits featuring a large cast of characters, much more than what their previous attempt, Tiny Toon Adventures, had done. It focuses on the zany Warner siblings, inspired by the real-life Warner Bros. Water tower on the Warner Bros. Studio lot in Burbank, California. While the show had no set format, most episodes were composed of 3 short mini-episodes, each starring a different set of characters and bridging segments. Elements of the series included frequent musical numbers, satire, catchphrases from characters, or character catchphrases, and references to historical events and figures. The series did pretty well and received acclaim from critics, winning multiple awards, including 8 Daytime Emmys and a Peabody Award. So, here we go. In the 1930s, the Warner siblings, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, were 3 cartoon stars who were locked away in the real-life water tower at the Warner Bros. Movie lot because they were seen as too zany. Several decades later, the trio escapes from the tower, interacting with Warner Bros. Studio workers, including Ralph the security guard, arch rival Dr. Otto Scratch and Sniff, and Hello Nurse. I thought I'd throw it in there because that's one of the main things you will hear and what have you. Now, the show features numerous segments as featured. The most popular one was Pinky and the Brain, who after this series would, because I'll get to something that happens later on. There are 2 genetically altered anthropomorphic laboratory mice who live at the Acme Labs, and they continuously plot and attempt to take over the world. So that's it. Always starts out like this. Jay Brian, what do you want to do tonight? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Yes, and also when brains think of something like, "Are you pondering what I am pondering?" And Pinky would reply with a non-sequitur, like, "I think so, brain." Um, but how do we teach a sardine to speak in Russian? Okay, now actually, I just got that line from the Animaniacs video game on the Sega Genesis. That wasn't in the actual series. Sometimes it'll say, "Pinky, I shall have to hurt you." But absolutely a very fun show. Well, segment, what have you. Next up, Slappy Squirrel, an octogenarian squirrel cartoon star, mostly paired with her nephew Skippy. Slappy's always a real character and what have you, and always gets into to have so much fun. Her famous catchphrase is like, "Now that's comedy." I'm sorry I can't do as best as I can. Well, her voice does. Yep. Skippy has a famous catchphrase and spew. Crazy. The Goodfellas, which is a parody of Goodfellas. Bobby Pesto and Squid. They're pigeons from New York, based on the characters of Henry, Jimmy, and Tommy from Goodfellas, which is absolutely a real crazy band. Why have you? And they kind of sound just like the actual people play them, especially Pesto, who talks in the style of Joe Pesci. Always gets on to Squid. It's like, what do you mean by saying that? Well, well, and they often yell squad. It's like, that's it, and yeah, Bobby's just laughing so hard. Oh boy, it's crazy. Buttons. A pooch who risks his life to protect his 4-year-old owner Mindy, but always causes to ruin everything for her mother in the end, despite what she told him not to. Let's see, the Hip Hippos, who are Flavio and Marita, who are two endangered hippos. They leave the jungle and start living in the big city. Rita and Run, the homeless can dog duo. They're absolutely pretty good and what have you, although Run always keeps thinking Rita's a dog, but she's really a cat. And of course, Katie Kaboom, a teenager with a temper, lives just a normal life and what have you, but she really gets tore up and what have you when her parents just trying to tell her to not to overreact. She's like, "I am not overreacting. I am a teenager." Boy, it's crazy. And Chicken Boo, a giant chicken who wishes to live among humans. And boy, it gets crazy when his identity is revealed. And one is like, "I told you he was a chicken." Oh boy, that's all I need is just crazy stuff. Anyway, this show was absolutely bonkers in my view. The show aired on weekdays just like Tiny Toons did. However, after its 2 seasons of and 69 overall episodes were produced for the Fox Network, it got dropped and later got sent to the new rival for this, the WB network, as part of the Kids WB block, along with a spinoff, Pinky and the Brain, which I will be talking about that later on next month for a Saturday morning TV log. But however, unlike that, this show did continue to air on 5 days a week with reruns of the Fox Kids run, plus some new episodes. Sometimes they were shown on Saturday mornings as well, but and anyway, and the show went on and ended on November 14th of 1998 after an overall total of 99 episodes were produced and aired and an overall total of 274 segments were produced. Now, of course, I like all the segments and what have you. Pinky and the Brain, Slappy Squirrel, they're all real good. But it's the Warner siblings that really steal the show and what have you. Boy, they come out in such happy ways, like it's like we're the Warner Brothers, and that's like and the Warner sister. Yeah. Oh boy, they're absolutely crazy and what have you. I mean, now I do like some great phrases I hear from them and what have you. From the first time they meet with Dr. Scratch and Sniff, and Wacko's like, maybe you should see a pea psychiatrist. oh, oh. Now then, for the voice cast, we have voicing Yakko is Rob Paulsen, who, of course, most people already knew best from voicing Raphael in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series at the time. He had also voiced Haji in the New Adventures of Johnny Quest and then later the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. He would also voice PJ in Goof Troop, along with a Goofy movie and an extremely Goofy movie, as well as Carl on Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, well, the TV series and the movie. And just about a lot of other cartoons and what have you. Anyway, but yeah, he does a really fun job doing him. He also voices Pinky as well. Voicing Wacko is Jess Harnell, who that same year would actually start voicing, who would be voicing Secret Squirrel in the Super Secret Squirrel segment on Two Stupid Dogs. Of course, he also lent his voice to one episode of the Ninja Turtles, but also lent his voice to other tunes like Bonkers, Biker Mice from Mars, the original series, and the Schnookums and Meat Funny cartoon show. And into other shows like Cow and Chicken, Timon and Pumbaa, and a later Warner series, Road Rovers, where he voiced the character of Hunter. Next, we have voice in Dot is none other than Tress MacNeille, who of course recently voiced Gadget in Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, as well as Babs Bunny and several others in Tiny Toon Adventures. Really something. And for others, we have the Brain being voiced by Maurice LaMarche, who of course recently voiced Egon Spengler in the real Ghostbusters. Yes, that's right. And also, he also did numerous other voice acting work, being the second voice of Chief Quimby on Inspector Gadget, as well as he took over the voice role of Popeye after the death of Jack Mercer for Popeye and Son. Plus, he lent his voice to the new G.I. Joe, the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes cartoon. He even voiced Dizzy Devil and other characters on Tiny Toons as well. His other voice acting roles included Tasmania, Rocco's Modern Life, The Critic, The Simpsons, and Freakazoid, which of course was the next attempt from Warner and Amblin. Plus, Dexter's Laboratory, The Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries, Captain Simi and the Space Monkeys, Hey Arnold. Oh, the list goes on for this guy. Yes, he does an absolutely good job on that. Now, now with Slappy Squirrel, she's voiced by Sherry Stoner, who actually was one of the producers and writers for Tiny Toons, as a matter of fact. And it was based on a suggestion by her, as a matter of fact. Really something. But I have to say, this was really, really funny. Now then, let's see, who else do we have? Now of course, for Yakko, Rob Paulson did an exceptionally good job in voicing him. He's absolutely very funny. Well, I especially like this one episode. It was called Blackboard Bungle. This was a classic. The Warners get to go to a special school at the Warner Studio, and they really cause a little bit of craziness. And the teachers asking Yakko, "Can you conjugate?" And it's like, "Who, me? I've never even kissed a girl." And she's like, "No, no, no, it's easy. I'll conjugate with you." And Yago says the same phrase, "Good night, everybody." Oh boy, that's crazy. And there was this one episode, Dracula. That's a classic. Name me Dracula. And Yakko's like, "Didn't you used to teach math on Sesame Street?" Oh, yeah, he kind of sounds like Groucho Marx in a way. And as for Pinky, he gives him a Cockney accent inspired by English comedians such as the Monty Python comedy troupe and various comedians on the Goon Show, getting callbacks during an 8-week process. Paulson also voiced Dr. Otto Scratch and Sniff, ranking as the best stuff he has ever done. Paulson recorded his lines for 4 hours per episode. Yeah, Scratch and Sniff does a good job, especially on this one where one of their musical numbers is the monkey song. Oh, it's funny. Let's see. Now, Tress MacNeille, on the other hand, was invited to audition for Dot since her voice was similar to Babs Bunny. According to um, according to Jess Harnell, well, I will say he was well, not just according to him, but he was invited to audition for the series, imitating impressions while Tom Ruger, who was also a worker at Tiny Toons, shouted each celebrity through an almanac. As Harnell showed his impressions of each band member of the Beatles, Harnell auditioned for Wacko by doing a younger impression of Ringo Starr at Romano's suggestion. I do mean my Andrea Romano, who was voice director of the series. While auditioning for various characters, Maurice LaMarche thought the brain resembled Orson Welles, doing an impression of two-thirds Welles and one-third Vincent Price. Yeah, and he did a direct impression of Welles for the episode. Yes, always. Now, 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 Ruger's oldest son Nathan voiced Slappy's nephew Skippy, and Ria's voice was done by Bernadette Peters. Now, of course, I don't have the list of all the voices, but there's all sorts of great characters. Let's see, there's the CEO of Warner Bros., Thaddeus Plotz. Yeah, I should mention him. Oh, wow. This show is just so much fun to watch and what have you. Anyway, during its run, Animaniacs became Fox Kids' second most popular show, both for ages 2 to 11 and 6 to 11, behind the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Right after the first season was done, they had a theatrical short called Ahmed, which was released alongside Thumbelina, which, of course, done by Don Bluth, which, of course, that film's now under license at Fox, or should I say Disney. Yeah, it was intended to be the first theatrical short of the series, bringing this to a wider audience, but due to the failure of Thumbelina, this remains the only theatrical short ever produced. But anyway, then of course Animaniacs moved to the WB's Kids WB lineup on September 9th of 1995. And that year, the popularity of Pinky and the Brain led to the first spin-off series, which of course was dropped from the series. And it premiered the following day. And then got a second spin-off series in Pinky, Elmira, and the Brain on September 19th of 1998, which I'll talk about that when I get to watch that. After the series ended a year later, they managed to get a feature-length direct-to-video movie in Wacko's Wish. Now, of course, it has been seen on numerous streaming services. It had been seen on Netflix and Hulu when they did a revival. To this day, the series is currently available to stream on Tubi, as they recently got it last month, and I've watched every single episode finally. After its cancellation, the show did continue in reruns and syndication as well as Nickelodeon and also on Cartoon Network at times. It got good reviews and what have you, but I must say there's too many and what have you. In 2009, IGN ranked the series as the 17th greatest animated series of all time in their own top 100 animated series of all time list. Now, the series actually won a couple of Annie Awards for Best, Outstanding Original Song and Outstanding Music Direction Composition at the Annie Awards, and then won Outstanding Children's Animated Program and Outstanding Achievement in Animation and others at the Daytime Emmys. Now, of course, there was lots of other fun songs you'd hear and what have you. Among some of those include these were some popular ones. There was Yakko's World, where he sings to the to the music of the Mexican hat dance, "The Nations of the World," which that's a classic. You can find the full clip of that, which you can find a clip of that, as a matter of fact, and also you can find a special sing-along edition. And please bear with me. I do want to point this out, so please, I just hope for the best. I don't get in trouble with Warner again. Okay. Now, the same also goes for another musical tune, which is a classic, Wacko's America, where he does the states and capitals to the music of Turkey in the Straw, which is absolutely classic. Oh, it's so funny. Dot's Quiet song, that during the short Dot's Quiet time, that's classic too. Now, of course, due to the popularity of Animaniacs, it spun out numerous things and what have you, including let's see. Well, I know there's probably some music albums, I bet. But after that, there were 9 video games released as well. Those include the Animaniacs game for Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, and Game Boy. And then there were numerous other games, including Animaniacs 10 Pin Alley for the PlayStation, and Animaniacs The Great Edgar Hunt, which was released on various consoles, but unfortunately, we only got on the Xbox. Anyway, in 2020, Hulu got the first season of a new series, and then it ran until 2023. Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but I'll look into it one day. But anyway, I do love this series. Animaniacs is one of the greats, so I don't really want to show too much more because I really seriously don't want to get into trouble with Warner Bros. Okay, again, but nevertheless, in the end, Animaniacs, the original series, is a classic. The series is also currently available on DVD in 4 separate sets. I do believe there's a complete series set out as well. Yeah, there's a complete series set as well, so if you want to get on physical media, then get that if you want. But anyway, Animaniacs, they're zany to the max and what have you. Very fun show. Oh yeah, there was another song. The president's song about the president, starting with George Washington going to the Bill Clinton, which went to the tune of the 1812 Overture, I believe. No, the William Tell Overture. Whoops, wrong song. Or was it that? Wasn't that the same? Oh dear, I'm sorry. I don't even know. Oops. Oh, but anyway, yeah, really good. Actually, various other cartoon characters from Warner Bros. Actually appeared. Even the Tasmanian Devil, because he appeared in the short Cutie and the Beast, which that's absolutely funny. Dot has to say her full name when they're introducing themselves. I just can't try and say the whole name, but I do know it's pretty darn funny. But anyway, Animaniacs, it's a great show. I would definitely recommend this to you. You will definitely love it. A great show with great characters and everything goes along with fun slapstick bits, fun humor, and what have you. Oh, and skits, and oh yeah, that reminds me. There are also a couple of skits that are shown at times. There's mime time where we see a mime go on the edge and only to get into the accident, and let's see, good idea, bad idea, which featured a character called Mr. Skullhead who only had one segment of a story. He does a little something where that ends up being a good idea first, and then it's bad idea, which its narration was done by none other than Mr. Motel 6 himself, Tom Bodett. Yeah, now always finishes with the end. Oh, but boy, it's just so much fun. So, if you ever need a good laugh, then what you need to see is the Zany to the Max Warner siblings and all the other Animaniacs. Those are the facts. So, what did you think of Animaniacs? Did you ever watch this show? I bet a lot of y'all did. If so, tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. Oh yeah, there was one more little recurrent skit. Dot's Poetry Corner. That was pretty funny. That's a little bit of a poem or a rhyme, we know, but adds a little more fun, a little humorous line in the end. Okay. All right, enough said about it. Tell me what you thought about Animaniacs. Okay, and join me next time when I review Return to Sleepaway Camp. So if you like this, check out these other vids that these others fun-filled crazy shows. And they're all Saturday morning shows, though. In the upper left-hand corner, they're actually my last three Saturday morning TV logs. The upper left-hand corner is the Saturday morning TV log, the 300th one I did on Two Stupid Dogs, which debuted the same year as Animaniacs did. The upper right-hand corner is the Saturday morning TV log on Freakazoid, also from Warner and Amblin Entertainment. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my latest Saturday morning TV log in the form of Mr. Bogus, another crazy mischievous character. In the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya and good night, everybody. Bye now.